Greetings and hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. We are here for game number 1 between Citrus Colored Squash. This is a replay cast, as it says down below, so there's no draft that I'm able to show because, well, the draft isn't like in the replay file, and if I go and look up what the actual draft was or the order or anything, I'm going to end up finding out who wins the games. I don't want to know that. But we do go and have representing Citrus Colored Squash CCS here on the blue side of the battlefield. We are going to go ahead and have Lamort playing the Ariel. Man, that's going to be confusing. They got Ariel and they've got Tyrael. They got Mesos playing Tyrael. A little bit of a double dragon comp. I don't know which one Billy is. We do go ahead and have Ace coming out on the Thrall. T-Cat is going to be playing the la 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 la, and Stoic will be playing the Hogair. So a little bit of a hyper carry Vala coming into this game. Meanwhile, representing the orange side of the battlefield, LTK Groovy, baby. Gonna come out here with Maximus playing the Sand Mage, Chromie. We do go ahead and have Artanis being played by... Like, I hate long names. I can never read them as they move around. Ekim, 13 Laco. I'm just going to say Ekim. I hope that's okay. Nick's coming out here playing the Lad, the fun police himself, Anduin. Blue, dabba dee dabba die. Gonna come out here and play the Loptosh Garosh. And then up in the top, we have another Angel. We have Malthiel in the top lane. This is a triple Angel game. Why did I say double dragon for 2 Angels? I just realized that that joke made no sense. Probably because we're on Dragonshire and I'm simple. But here we go. Ace definitely catching the bad side of this particular interaction. Thrall has a really hard time into Malthiel up until about level 7. At level 7, when he starts getting that more powerful heal, it gets a little bit better. But here comes Stoic coming in, being like, you know what? I'm a big scary gnoll. Let's do this. Gonna go and try and push into this, make Knives very uncomfortable. Meanwhile, I have a bit of invade happening over here as LTK Groovy, baby, comes in here to actually... I'm going to say that every single time. I hope it's going to get annoying. I want to apologize now that it will get annoying. I'm not going to say I hope it won't get annoying, because I know that it will. But you can't name yourself that and not expect people to say that. I might just say LTK in order to avoid saying it, though. That way it's not, like, too overbearing. We do go ahead and have both top and bottom shrine controlled by LTK. Ace here in the middle trying to make sure no one becomes anything. But there comes Ekim. I want that to be Akimbo. Stoic came up here for just a second, trying to move this back. And it looks like Knives is going to actually go back and get some lovely, delicious mana. Mana of the gods, don't you know? Meanwhile, down here we have a bit of a tussle happening at the bottom lane. It does look like LTK has reoccupied this center point. Again, they don't have anyone in the middle, so even though they have the channel available, no one actually making a move towards it. Don't stop me now. We kinda squished a Vala. She's doing a dive. Vala is the first blood of the battlefield, and so we do go and have, as Bankai would say, the bloodlust going to the side of LTK. Vala did not take the Gambit quest, so is not punished for that. And actually, I'm going to say they've been doing a very good job of keeping Artanis from getting those lovely, delicious, munchable stacks. No stacking and snacking going on in this particular battlefield. Mesos coming in, throws their glowing sword of judgment into the battlefield. Knives up here dealing with Stoic, and we still... I do have to say, it's interesting, even though there's a kill in favor, although they are pushing really well, so I don't think we killed what matters, but we do have experience advantage on the side of... Oh, nice. They actually... I did not think they were going to get that, but a double kill coming back on the side of CCS. Make that a triple kill, you know what? I spoke too soon. I did not look ahead in the script. Nyx actually goes down as well. Vala going ahead and picking that up. I think that was the bouncy arrow. Bouncy. So that is a quad kill. We are not playing League of Legends right now. Just even say that. I know the old, the original Dota or Warcraft 3 had the quad kill. I don't actually know if League of Legends says that because I don't play bad games. Alright, Knives does not quite get stunned, but I do think Knives is going to have a bit of a hard time. There's Stoic going in, and no, nice teleport out of danger, Mouse. I really like that if you notice, Knives actually went over here and got into the bush and then teleported. It's a very small thing, but it means when people are looking, they're looking here, and they're like, I have to get into that bush in order to see them again. So they wait, it'll delay their reaction just a second when he shows back up over there. People will notice a little bit faster. Alright, there's the throw, and T-Cat kind of in the middle of line, very, very quick, boop, 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 as they go ahead and get out there, and actually T-Cat survives. T-Cat does not get taken out by the Chromie shenanigans. Alright, Malfield is moving into the middle. And actually, we have Stoic. They have gone enough. They're trying to go ahead and get this kill, and they will get that kill, but that does mean the Dragonite will be taken by the side of Malfield, who actually came down. Stoic unable to call that out because Stoic was already in the mid lane and did not realize it was happening. Do you ever wonder if, like, Malfurion feels bad because he's the only MAL hero that isn't a villain? Like, he goes to the mall meeting and there's like, you know, Malthiel and Mal'Ganis, and he's like, ah. These are the things that keep me up at night. A little bit of damages. Malthiel falling back. Does go ahead and get a little bit of free experience, a little bit of free damage. I'm surprised they didn't actually go down here and just finish this off. This building only has 1,200 hit points left. But they decided that was not importante, Baladitis.
Red team's power is yours no longer.
Malfield, a little bit of the pain train. Welcome to the pain.
Hero slain.
I saw that, T-Cat. T-Cat's like, I helped. They were all doing a boop, 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 and Malfield was being a ping pong ball, but then I was just like, you're going to have the camp being picked up by the side of LTK. And Ace up here trying to... Don't everybody knows that the Ace is the place? I was surprised they didn't finish that off. I was like, you know, take like one... Is it W for all? Yep, Wind Fury is... it's R, or not R, it's E. I played Thrall, but it was a long time ago. I couldn't remember which... I remember what his abilities were, but I did not... I mean, it was like, it was Lightning, and then it's Wolves, and then it's Wind Fury, but I just couldn't remember the order they came in. A little bit of a problem. Knives up here trying to hold this back. Stoic hiding in the bushes. A little bit of free experience. T-Cat up there going ahead and sieging away. Slight we're about a level lead right now for the side of CCS as they gotta move into this game. Now they are down a building though. We do have the blind coming down. Lots of damage happening. There is Ace in the background. Ace threatening Anduin coming in from the back. Anduin turns around, actually looking at Crummy, 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 me. I don't know why I'm singing Christmas songs. You know what? Don't ask. I'm gonna get you, little mage. I'm gonna get you. That is a double kill for the side of CCS. Going ahead and picking this up. And there is the Anduin going down, down. I'm very musical today. I apologize, except I'm not sorry. And it does look like with 3 people down and the siege camp, that we should go ahead and even the lane pressure, knocking down this bottom fort.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Ace hiding in the bushes right here. Meanwhile, we do go ahead and have Stoic. We might just be about to have a Dragonite, but there is Ekim. Yeah, you want to get out of there. There's lots of friends. There's lots of friends. They're having a party and Thrall is invited. It's a surprise party for Thrall. Feels like I hate surprise parties. Alright, there is the judgment coming in. And yeah, that molecule's not going nowhere. 10 kills to 2 in favor of CCS right now. Like, I've got to say, I don't know that they're, like, relatively even in terms of map pressure, but they are really, really good at being like, and this person died, and this person dies. And when it comes in with a fun police, it goes ahead and pulls the Artanis out of danger. Stoic trying to become a dragon, and will do so. Gnolls are cool, gnolls are awesome, but I think everyone can agree a dragon is better than a gnoll. Poor Anduin. Anduin just got absolutely, like, body blocked out. Their own tower got in their way. They're like, the wall is in the way, and a bunch of blue bodies are stopping me from walking around. Blue bodies are the worst. I'm blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-die.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
There needs to be more blue songs. I need more musical references and musical references. Dragonite moving forward. Nice job for the Artanis. The Artanis ran back and made the Dragonite waste precious time, charging into the wall, trying to go in and get the kickoff. Alright, Malthael goes and takes the fort out up top, so we are still actually even in terms of map pressure. One fort exists for both sides. Meanwhile, big fight happening in here. Ekim is absolutely on the wrong side of this fight. Anduin was not available to pull them out of danger, but there was a light bomb going ahead and stopping Mesos from falling in. The T-Cat goes in with the spinny, spinny, boom, boom. Mesos tried so hard and got so far. Oh, this might be a bit of a problem. T-Cat goes in and gets knocked to the wrong side of Barbuda. Lamort is going to go ahead. No, Malthael cannot kill Ariel. I think the two of them used to have a thing. I'm not surprised that Malthael went easy. Meanwhile, up here, Ace is going ahead and pushing in, does pull back as the orange team disappears from the battlefield.
Ready for the taking.
Alright, there is the scout out. They would move back. But that also kind of gives up the fact that LTK is going to try and move into this. Mesos goes ahead and gets knocked to this wrong side. I like that charge back in. I was like, the swap less to actually kill Mesos and more to go ahead and make it so Mesos can't defend. There's a bunch of bouncy bounce, and we just got slaughters for days. That is a 4-1 kill in favor of CCS, and CCS is riding high. They took the camp. They are riding forward. They're going to go ahead and clear this up and just start pushing it, like push it with their mama gave them. Hogger is probably going to go to the bottom in just a second so we can have another Dragon Knight. Or you know what? Maybe not. Looks like T-Cat going to go ahead and become T-Dragon.
The fire comes for you. Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, fort goes down right as the dragon has gotten into. For the first time this game, CCS does have an advantage in terms of map pressure. All 3 forts down on the side of LTK. Groovy, baby! Moving forward, Malthiel up at the top, making sure that that camp doesn't get too much value. Towers are gone. When moving in here, Dragon Knight getting what hits they can. I really like how Chromie is using the sand trap in order to like make the dragon less effective. Only got about half of the keep. I think most of the time Dragon Knight would be able to, but like by delaying that and offsetting the engage, making the dragon take a bunch of free cannonball shots. Alright, a little bit of a stun. They want this keep. They want to go ahead and get a lot of bottom pressure going on. There is the blind coming out of Artanis. Does not let that happen just yet. Here comes Knives. Try and stop him. Well, you know what? I love how I was like, try and stop me in an immediate route. Asked and answered. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Boop. Oh, Vala got the kill before Tyrael could. Poor Mesos. Mesos was like, I was going to get the kill. Nyx moving back. That's the thing. I do think that that felt like infinite strafe. So the Vala just was not stopping as long as they kept dealing damage. And the turnaround from Anduin meant that it wasn't going to stop. However, there is Chromie. Chromie goes ahead and drops sand on Vala's head. Alright, bunch of damage coming in. Nyx, I'm surprised Nyx is still alive. I thought Nyx was dead for sure. Ace is dead for sure, and there's the bouncy bounce as Stoico tries to heroically disengage. Bravely, bravely. Lamort also stayed until their hit points could no longer sustain them. Nice dismount, but immediate answer by the whip crack of Lamort. Cat, keep your claws to yourself.
Fire comes for you.
And we do go and have an answering dragon coming out. So this is a good opportunity. Obviously, they did get the bottom keep, so this is an advantage for CCS. Dragon Knight is going on a merry little, I guess wanting to get all 5 fingers of the fist together before they started moving in. They're trying to go in and even up bottom lane. They do have the camp as well, but Thrall coming back right about now. The Funk Soul Warchief. A lot of damage coming out as the Dragon Knight goes forward. This is a 18-minute Dragon Knight, does a ton of damage to buildings. Mesos goes in, and there is the light bomb. We do have a kill on the Vala. We have a kill on... Oh my gosh, is this going to be a big turnaround? I thought CCS was like kind of running away with it, but maybe not. 2 people down, no one down yet on the side of LTK Groovy, baby. Alright, Malthiel going to get knocked out in the middle of Cannonball Fever. And both sides now have exposed cores, but there are 2 people down. Now they did go ahead, Groovy Baby did actually lose Artanis. We need to be a little bit careful. This is not a one-sided fight anymore. And they also do have this happening up here, which is a problem. There is Chromie going down. Oh, this might have been flying too close to the sun. This might have been the perils of Icarus. As two more people go down, there is the move in. Meso's not letting anyone go in. There is the blocking field. Does not letting them escape. Light Bomb comes in, goes ahead and gets a stun. Blue trying to stay in, but there's the just try and stop me. Guess what? You are stopped, my friend. It says no, you can't leave. Everybody knows that the ace is the place. This did get taken out, thankfully. I thought this was going to be pushing the whole time, but here comes Ekim, ready to take it down. Man, this game very back and forth already, but here comes the barrel roll coming across the bottom of the map. They still have 45 seconds until their opponent's tank is up. They are still down Hogger, however. There, Nyx goes ahead. I'm surprised they didn't save the charge for Nyx. There's all three of them in the area, but it seemed a little bit spread out. Here this comes in. Ace goes down. Lots of damage. Ekim dodges the way of the Spirit Wolves. And T-Cat just doing a spin, spin, spin no matter what. Does not quite get any kills. But here come the... They didn't lose a person. They haven't gained anyone yet. Oh, I do not know who's going to win this game, and that is exactly the kind of game I like to cast. T-Cat taking a bunch of damage. Here is Knives coming in from the side. Knives from the side are unpleasant, if you didn't know. A lot of damage, but it looks like Molecule going to go down, and we just have slaughter after slaughter after slaughter. Thrall going down. Molecule does come back with no one escapes death. That's not what it's called. What is it called? No one can stop death. I was close. There is Hog Wild coming out, but Knives going to go down as well, I think. Yes, indeed. Go me, go me, go me. But Tyrael is gone as well. Everybody's dead! Oh my god. Guys, my heart? And this isn't even a live game? There's the bouncy, bouncy, bounce, bounce, bounce. Trying to go ahead and get this taken care of right about quick. Now we do have a Dragonite, and they need to stop this, so they need to make sure this doesn't go through. Actually misses, Stoic misses with the swing, and Chromie, the little dragon became a big dragon. Dragonite has no interest in this fight. Dragonite, like, I'm just going to your core. This is a 22-minute Dragonite. I don't gotta worry about you guys. You guys can have fun. You guys can fight. I'm just gonna go stompy, stompy, stomp, and go ahead and just bring an axe to the core head.
Blue team's core is taking damage.
We do have damage coming in. T-Cat's trying to move back, and there is the, they are down to 89% from the earlier assault, and the shields are going down quick, but quicker is the Dragonite's health going down. The rest of the team was not able to get up here and really support. Chromie goes ahead and goes into the timeout. Lots of damage on the blue. Blue super, super, super low, but that's going to be Chromie and Anduin going down instantaneously. There is Ekin. Ekin super low as well, going to get taken out by Vala, and that is a 4-4-0. Malthiel, you can't. Yeah, they're like, don't let Malthiel distract you. Malthiel cannot take the core down. Core only down to 74%, and this should be a win for CCS at the end of this first game. GG called by Knives. I unfortunately agree. I don't think this core can defend itself for 45 seconds.
Team's core is in peril.
Hello, cat. Keep walking. Going down, down, and running around. And there is game number one, won by CCS. Looking at the stats, we do go ahead and have, in terms of damages, T-Cat does lead the way, 128,000 damage over the course of the game. We do go ahead and get 103,000 from Chromie and 89,000 from Thrall. In terms of that, there are healing numbers. Impressingly, Lamort out healing the Anduin, 130,000 to 109. The reason that's impressive is that the top damage was blue and the top healer is also blue. That is not what you normally see. But I guess in a game where blue is playing it on the red team, you can't always predict what's going to be happening. In terms of the ever-important side soak, I'm going to call that even 21,094 versus 20,048. Like, it's about 1,000 difference, but that was a very, very long game. 1,000 ain't much, if you're keeping tabulations at home. Talents, here they are. Copy them down, take them into Storm League, get all of the amazing victories, and we will be back momentarily for game number 2.
Commence combat preparations.
Here we are in game number 2. Citrus Color Squash did go ahead and win the first game. They're trying to go ahead and move us ever closer to a victory. They are the blue team on the left-hand side of Volskaya Foundry. Stoic coming in here playing the Blase. We do have Masons once again on the Tyrael. T-Cat going to be on the Tassaface. Lamort on Anna checking in. And we do have Ace coming out here and playing the Hanso. But opposing them on the orange side of the battlefield on the right hand, we do go ahead and get Nyx coming out here and playing the white main. We do go ahead and have Ekim on Jaina. We're going to have Knives. He's going to be playing... Is that Joanna? Yeah, that's Joanna. That skin always throws me for just a second. Blue coming out here and playing the bad man. Tychus Finley. Playing Eric the Swift. We have Maximus. Playing... Oh wait, this is Eric the Swift. Eric the Swift is Maximus. Baylog the Fierce. We have Maximus. And playing Olaf the Stout. We have Maximus. We do a spreading out from the side of CCS. I have to imagine that Vikings were just about the last pick in the draft. Again, I can't actually check, unfortunately. There's that being picked up. Lots of damage is coming through as Balua. Both sides picking up their Tonka toys. This is an interesting map for the Vikings. It's not bad. It's a 3-lane map. 3-lane maps are usually good for the Vikings. But the thing about it is that this is a map where you want to control an area, and the Vikings aren't the best at that until like 13. So they're kind of giving up all of the early game objectives, most likely. There is Stoic trying to pick on a tiny little dwarf. The Vikings are dwarves, but they're dwarves in World of Warcraft, and that is where I know them better than for their actual game. Knives moves forward, goes in and pulls people in, taking a decent bit of damage without a lot of pull-up, but Ace does have to move back. And of course, Stoic is trying to match both the Vikings, is going to have a very, very hard time doing so. Doing his level best to double souk. Alright, there is Knives. I keep wanting to say Knivers, because Knivers is a friend of mine. First Blood does go to the side of LTK. Groovy, baby! Taking down the Tassaface.
For combat in the Nexus. Prepare to begin field testing.
Still an experienced lead, not surprisingly, for the side of LTK. The Viking advantage means they're not missing any soak. So like Ace is going to come over here and start taking down this camp. This camp has already been taken. And they're going to go ahead and put Olaf onto the point. And that is the advantage, is that whenever the point's not under contestation, you only have to spend a third of a hero controlling it. Maximus. Oh, I did not think there was actually a fight going on. They do go ahead and take down Tyrael up here at the top of the map. And that does... They're contesting, but they're contesting it without Tyrael. Maximus sitting here. There is Ekim in the area. But, like, yeah, they can't really fight this, because they don't have a tank. Tyrael is on the way back, but I don't know if he will be back by the time we get to 100%. The signs seem to be no. One of my best friends is I shouldn't say best friend, but one of my really good HOTS friends is Crumpity Crump. B-Med, there we go. I just completely blanked on his name. But yeah, B-Med always gets mad because B-Med was a Vikings main and was always like, people always are like, why can't the Vikings control both sides and protect her? And he got so mad about it, and he's like, no, because it's dumb and it wouldn't work, and shut up. What the heck? That's weird. I don't know why I can only see Nyx's, like, chat log. I haven't seen anything else in team chat. I have to assume there must be something in voice. I hope they don't say anything inappropriate, although I also kind of hope they do. That'd be amazing. Alright, Knives goes ahead and takes a decent bit of damage. There is that movie, and Blue dives forward. There, I feel like we would have had a Judgment, like, pull with how low Knives got, but not going to actually happen. There we go. Yep. Oh, nicely done. Johanna goes ahead and moves out. But oh my gosh, immediately that was planned. Stoke was like, no, I got him. Don't worry about it. And that is the first blood, at least for the side of Citrus Colored Squash. It is still just 1 kill to 2, a favor for the side of LTK Groovy Baby. But we do go ahead and have that quick counter kill. And they got Johanna, which is kind of the most impressive way to go. I do think they've got a couple of Vikings, but Vikings are only worth 1/4 of a kill. Vikings are worth a Misha. Actually, I think even Misha's worth 1/2 a kill. Vikings are worth a Murky, is I think the actual math. There's a Sleepy Tigus. Just a real Sleepy Tigus. T-Cat going in and landing a decent bit of damage. Maximus, you're just standing in it.
An access terminal will be online in a moment.
Alright, oh nice arrow. Arrow catches 2 people. A lot of damage coming through, and Tyrael does get the kill onto Jaina with the, I don't know what it's called, but the explosion at the end of the cool stuff. Nicely done from T-Cat. Went and caught that, so that is a, realistically a double kill plus 2 Vikings. A double kill Happy Meal, that's what we'll call it. Those Citrus Colored Squash do go ahead and start moving on to this. We are going to go ahead and have the Vikings pushing down below. Maximus trying to get some free value, but it does look like Hanzo's going to come down and have a little bit to say about that. Vikings avoiding that. We also do go ahead and have a call out from Ekim to go ahead and take this down. Up to 40% on the objective. Lamort standing here proudly and loudly. Alright, contestation. Contestate, good times, come on. Remember, like, Rocket, that's a dumb song. You know what? You're a dumb song. Unstoppable today. There is the... I like how good that is. Knives just is almost like baiting out the charge. I think Matos may have to pick a different target soon because that's not working. Oh, Matos super low, was hiding in the bunker. Not going to go down, but I don't think Blaze is getting out of here. There's Ace, goes ahead and does a little hoppy hop. Ace going ahead and channeling their inner demon, going bunny hop. Alright, we do go... Again, the announcer is just wrong. That the blue team did not take control of the projector. That would be the orange team. Or the red team, because I don't think the announcer has colorblind mode on. But that's going to be the top fort going down. It looks like they'll get the middle as well. This is actually a pretty big swing. It's been an even game until now, but they're going to get a double fort. And they actually get Tyrael as well. Tyrael was trying to move behind, screen the advance, but stayed a little bit, was in too deep. I love Maximus should be like, okay, I'll go to the other lanes. Alright, Protector goes down. Will they get the hat trick? I guess at this point it can't be the hat trick anymore. They can't get all 3 forts in the same objective phase. But I'm going to give it like a hat trick with an asterisk if they take this down with the same push. But they did lose a Viking. Oh no, they don't get it. The push has been blunted. This is still up with 400 health. Oh, that is tragic. Absolutely tragic. I want Asmodan to just throw an orb from a different map and just finish that off. Nix, we can't hear the comms. We're only seeing like half of the conversation. Alright, this is going to go ahead and be picking this up. Man, you know Maximus gets in there. I'm actually curious. Yeah, does 120 damage a hit, so needs like, I guess 4 hits in order to take that down. Meanwhile, there's a big push up here. They're trying to move in. There's the wall coming up. Don't whiz on the electric fence. Mesos can take it up. I gotta say, blue is really, really good. I have to ask now. That was incredibly fast. Did Tychus take the bigger they are? No, but did take sizzling attacks. Alright, they are looking at it. I gotta say, LTK looks like someone owes them money. Like, they're playing a lot more aggressively, a lot more in control. I think it's really just the Viking difference. The Vikings are letting them kind of just run as a 4-man, and that was the thing. If you remember game number 1, CCS was constantly going in and using the Tyrael charge in order to pick people off, and kind of kept LTK off balance. But this time, it's LTK that's being the hunters.
Access its terminal when I bring it online.
Alright, we do go ahead and have Maximus being taken down.
It's time here. Control the terminal and bring in the protector.
Alright, lots of damage. Kniver's trying to move back right about quick. Alright, to go and have one of them going down. Oh, Jaina might be in a bad way. Yep, is in a very bad way. Hanzo was waiting for that, being like, you are right next to a wall, Jaina. That is a bad place for you. Bad place for Hanzo. Did went ahead and, I love that saw that Jaina come down and be like, yoink, and then jumped into 2 more people. I was like, oh, you have a lot more people on your team. Whoops. We do go and have Viking bringing the protector forward, trying to go in and get this taken down. Going down, down in a merry-go-round. Alright, lots of damages coming in. We do have Unstoppable today. Trying to go and get this taken care of. There is the laser drill. Laser drill did a number on like the Tal'Darim defenses. Can definitely take down that stupid little balding. I'm gonna go back. Keep in mind, CCS has not yet actually taken down a single major structure. And meanwhile, spin to win. Let's go. Let's go, me boyos. Kind of the feint with here, it was detected. We do have people coming up here in order to stop that push in, but lots of free damage, and they do have a catapult backing them up. Go and knock that down to about 158,000.
Overloaded. My team will begin repairs.
Alright, they are looking at the healing camp.
Hero slain. Hero slain.
Alright, we do go and have a Hanzo going down very, very quickly. Very, very good, like, they're doing a good job of being able to get past the front line and take down the people they need to take down. Meso's getting a little bit low. There's TCAT. TCAT moving very quickly away. Got slowed down by the Jaina, but should be able to make a hasty escape. Blue going forward, trying to knock down TCAT. We do have a very powerful Psystorm coming out, but we also have a very dead Protoss. They're forming this up. That is 4 people down. This could be the end. They go ahead and drop the laser drill. Gonna go ahead and start pushing forward. Does the laser drill? Nope, they did go for Bob and Weave at level 20, so that does not have the focus crystals or whatever it's called. Lamort trying to keep up the core, having a hard time. Anna not known for their amazing ability to like end lives. Especially now when she's dead. And there we go. It looks like game number 2 is going to be a win for the side of LTK Groovy baby. Going ahead and taking down CCS and bringing us up to a tie series. Looking at the stats, we do have, in terms of damage, 80,000 coming out of the side of Tassadar. Ace coming in second place with 74,000 and 57,000 coming from Knives on the Johanna. That's impressive, actually. Like, a lot of damage coming out of the blue team, but just the sustainability coming out of Nyx. Looking at Nyx, Nyx healed for almost 90,000, nearly doubling the healing from Lamort. Keep in mind, Lamort had the higher healing in game number 1, so White Maid making a statement with her stompy boots. And then the side soak, I mean, okay, yeah, Maximus got more side soak than Blaze, but I mean, it's Vikings. That's supposed to happen. Here are the talents, and I will see thee in game number 3. Hee hee.
So with my like ADHD, I find I learn best with like practice quizzes.
Facility powering up.
We're about to begin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go into game number 3. We're at a tie series, 1-1. We do have a Lamort representing CCS, playing the right wing. Ace coming out here on the Cassie face. Mesos onto the Mei. There needs to be a Sos character. We do go ahead and have T-Cat coming out here and playing the Genji. And then Stoic onto the Blase. Opposing Stoic on the other side of the battlefield is going to be Knives playing Malfiel. Once again, we do have Blue onto the Mal... Is that? Yeah, Mal'Ganis. Maximus has gone ahead and is no longer going to play 3 characters back to the Sand Mage. Nyx onto the Lad Anduin. And here comes James Raynor being played by Ehem. We are here on the best map and Here's the Storm. Brax's Holdout. Let's go. Love this map so much. I am an unabashed Braxis apologist. But yeah, talents at level 1. No one taking a questing talent with the exception of Chromie, who did take deep breathing. We're going to go ahead and get that knocked down, down, down. Alright, there's that being taken down. We do go and have Blaze and Knivers up here fighting back. I told you I wanted to call them Knivers. Their name is not actually Knivers, if you didn't know. It's just Knives. Alright, a little bit of a stun. Sleep now. Lots of damage going down for Aces the Place. Alright, we do go and have the orange team. LTK, do go ahead and start this channel. Blue moving in. However, it does look like Blue has driven off. We had a big rotation. They had Lamort come in and then also Genji. Keep in mind, Genji can go ahead and can basically dash through the walls. This does mean that we have an orange advantage here at the bottom of the battlefield. LTK looking to capitalize on that, trying to move forward just a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. Because with 3 people up here, obviously Knives cannot really move out to try and contest them. So there should be some pressure being put on at the other lane. Alright, that is going ahead and being taken down. They're starting to push forward the 4-man. There are still 2 people up top. No, actually, yeah, 2. Genji has moved back down, so making this a little bit less uneven, but it is still advantageous for the 4-man. The wall is gone. One of the towers is no longer alive, and Chromie just keeps like sieging this from long range, pulling off a Lee Mingers. Alright, we got the 2% channel for the blue team as T-Cat went ahead and secured this, or they secured it up with top for just a second. They actually got a bottom, which is the impressive thing, because again, they're fighting into 4 people. Deep breathing at 15 stacks thus far. Blue actually charging in. Nice job with the body block. Mesos goes in and gets behind them and makes it so they can't move. And we actually do have channeling. So CCS might have an opportunity here. Blue has to move back. We got caught inside the ice whirlwind. TCAT goes ahead and gets protected, by the way. Does avoid the stun at the end. And now we are about to have some orange channel happening. So as we go up into the orange base, we can see the Zerg starting to filter out, add to their overall pool. Oh, Ace might be in a bit of trouble. Does actually survive, just barely. Only 1 kill in the game so far. 6% mana on Anduin, and that is a bit of a problem. Alright, we do have a retreat happening real quick. This should be an opportunity. Yeah. Oh, Knives in a bit of trouble trying to go ahead and escape. And TCAT survives. So we do go and have this being channeled through. Now there is another fight here at the bottom. I'm surprised with 2 people going back that they didn't stand and fight for that. Although they may not have known that there were only 2 opponents instead of 4 for the time being. Alright, lots of damage coming through. There's a sleep. Knivers Mesos having a hard time surviving, but survive they will, protected by the way. We got getting out of the danger. Will Ace pull off another amazing escape? The answer is yes. I gotta say, I'm a little bit concerned for CCS because they're not getting killed, they're just not getting killed. And the problem is, as the damage spikes, that's going to become less and less like a thing they can do. It's really impressive right now, but it's a dangerous balance, a difficult balance to maintain. Alright, Sleep comes at, the combo is starting to come online with pull into Sleep. They don't have their ults yet, so they can't continue the combo, but we can already see kind of the danger that's going to be happening once Chromie starts time trapping people. Because Molly could be right there as soon as they come back. There's the ice wall. Of course, the Raven just flies completely over it, not caring, because that's so Raven. Alright, we got a Swarmish up here. But there comes Brightwing going ahead and getting Knives out of there. TCAT moving through, saying nope, nope, nope. You're not going nowhere. And apparently Knives disagrees. Knives like, I'm going over here. What you gonna do about it? Meanwhile, at the bottom of the map, because 2 people went up top in order to try and make that kill happen, they do lose the bottom board. This will make it much, much, much harder to control the bottom point because they no longer have a Moonwell nearby. It looks like they're planning on taking this top point. They're going to make their push a little bit stronger by taking this camp out. Have the Hellbats moving forward right alongside the Zerg wave. And Malthil down here trying to stop Cassia. CCS actually going in and getting the boss and does pick it up before it can be caught by LTK. Groovy, baby.
So many Zerg headed right for us. Stop them! Stop them at once!
Anduin comes in with the fun police, does not let that wombo combo. Radar does not get punctuated. It's a really good thing because Radar's wearing basically a spacesuit, and if you get punctured in a spacesuit, that's what they might call bad. Alright, they don't actually get a whole lot done over here, unfortunately.
Yes.
Boss does come in, takes out the entire front wall, but only gets about maybe like 15% of the health. Core health? Core health? How about fort health? Different four-letter word involving something that you have to kill in Here's the Storm. Malthael went ahead and stole that. Going to move in. Lamort going to try and hold it off, but obviously Brightwing not world-renowned for the ability in taking out mercenary camps. Alright, there's Blue moving forward. Not going to catch anyone though. Alright, TCAT. They didn't even give it time for the last rites to go off. They're like, no, kill this Genji. I don't need protected coming up. I don't need...
Here we go again. The beacons are powering up.
Alright, beacons are coming online. We're going to go ahead and move into this. Maximus moving back. Genji not up here, and that is going to lead to Cassia falling. Now, granted, Malthael was also not up there. Malthael went ahead and taking this camp. Malthael putting pressure by camps while the 4-man just fights the enemy 4-man, but it was the enemy 4-man without one of their assassins. Blue moves up and moves back. There's that channel coming through. No one able to really contest it, and we're going to have a big push down here in the bottom lane. As you can see, the Zerglings moving out, ready to go ahead and occupy this place. Only a handful up here, the default amount. That is going to be a dead Mal'Ganis, so we do have a answering kill on the side of CCS. Went ahead and able to push in there. They also took the bottom point, so they can actually go ahead and get some Zerg to push back. Malthael will run down here in order to go ahead and hold this back. So not going to get a lot of free channel, only up to about 14%. So they got like 2 Zerglings and a Baneling. Hi, cat. Keep on walking. All right. Blue looking to move in, looking to go ahead and affect an advance. Kitty. Alright, they do go ahead and get, I really want to know what these comms are. They do go ahead and pick off Chromie. I'm surprised that we actually have LTK moving in with Chromie down. Like, they know that they have the disadvantage, and there is Malthiel going down. They are looking at Nyx and Raider. Looks like they will go ahead and push them back, and we're going to have a lot of channel coming out of the side of CCS. Double kill. They have an opportunity here. There's the boss. We do have that scouted out. Now that does mean they didn't get the full channel. Blue was able to come down here and go ahead and get some counter channel coming in. But here's more blue channel coming up. And the boss once again going to the bottom lane. This is going to be a really, really good push for the side of CCS. The boss should take down the bottom port. And then Malthiel cannot get to the top fast enough, so there's going to be a Zerg wave pushing through the top. Now, keep in mind, this is a pretty strong Zerg wave coming out of the other side, going through the bottom lane, so I don't think CCS can actually afford to ignore the Zerg wave. They'll get a lot of value, but that's going to be a lot as it moves through. Meanwhile, up here, the Zerg wave's trying to push in, but we're going to go where the action is. Top fort goes down, bottom fort is gone. Boss goes ahead and falls. Blaze back here trying to go ahead and hold this back. I'm glad they sent someone back, but this might be a bad situation. And we do have Genji getting pulled back right into the Lion's Maw. Nice double hit for the Light Bomb. Light Bomb goes ahead. Ace, very, very low. Should be going down. No, Ace gets away for the time being. Brightwing, not so much. Brightwing going to go ahead and get smooshed in.
Ramshackle facility.
Hero slain.
Alright, here we have this moving to the bottom of the map. Bottom of the map. So this is an opportunity. Now we do go and have they're looking to go ahead and get knives here, and they will do so as TCAT moves in. Big push happening on the bottom of the map. Not a supported push though. It does look like the rest of Groovy Baby have gone ahead and gone up here. They're trying to go ahead and get the mercenary camps to do a lot of the work for them. They do have a disadvantage in top lane because they have lost their fort, and this fort is clean. Oh my gosh, 46 hit points. Not the lowest amount I've ever seen, but a very low amount.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, relatively even. Whoever said the Praxis holdout is going to be a map where you don't actually end up with an even fight can shut their mouths. Alright, here we have Blue leading the way down below. They're trying to go ahead. Whichever team gets a decisive fight next, it potentially wins. We are late enough in the game where that can happen. Oh my gosh, Lamore just avoided, like, Scrubby was here, dropped sand there, and then shot a sand blast through here.
Control of those beacons. We don't want to face angry Zerg.
Lamore doing that, like, one wizard trick or magician's trick wherever they, like, stab the box, and you have to not be where they stab. Alright, Mesos goes down. Mesos not quite able to stay into the fight. We do go and have Morganis leading the way through. feels like we're moving back. They want the Zerg wave. They want this big push top. And actually, it does look like Groovy Baby has decided to go ahead and move in, take the boss. They're going to pull a Uno reverse on CCS, be like, hey, remember when you had the objective and then you push with boss at the same time and that sucked for us? Alright, boss is going to be making his way over the top of the map. Oh, T-Cat, I love that jump, and then all of a sudden Andrew's like, wait, what? Knives, you can tell Knives the offlaner would be like, no, we need this objective. They got it for a 1/10 of a second because sneaky Genji came up here. T-Cat went ahead and secured the top, and here comes Malfield being like, gosh dang it. You guys stay there. Kill a Genji. They are not staying down here to kill a Genji. Hee hee. There's the Hyperion strafing across. Rainer's level 10 did take Raider's roll. Emoto Cannon going ahead and just sailing down. Sail away, sail away. Alright, that's a lot of kills. That is a lot of kills, just landing boom, 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 boom. And that may be the end of game number 2, or game number 3, win number 2. With Stoic also going to be taken down, and nobody left here. We do go ahead and have the Zerg wave is coming in, and only Brightwing is here to stop it. I do not think, I have a lot of respect for Brightwing. Brightwing is amazing. Brightwing is my friend, but Brightwing cannot stop this many Zerg. Brightwing's not that hungry. And with that, we have game number 3 ending in favor of LTK Groovy Baby. Looking at the stats, we do go and get Chromie coming out, Maximus leading the way with 86,000 damage, Ace with 81,000 and 69,000, nice, coming out for Rainer. Healing-wise, we do have Brightwing leading the way, Lamort coming in with 102,000, 89,000 coming to the side of Anduin. And that ever-important side soak is dead even. I'm not crediting anyone with the win on that one. Holy crap. That's the same number. We do go ahead and have everyone. Yep, Brightwing's not a match for 3 Ultralisks. It's unfortunate. They probably morphed one and then just like, what do you want me to do? There's that old saying about how do you eat an elephant? Brightwing has not learned how to eat an Ultralisk. But here's the talent, take them down, and if you're ready for more, we'll be back for game number 4.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
And here we are for game number 4. CCS really needs to get a win back on the table. This is the last match if they can't like turn their fates around, if they can't reverse their stars. Ace coming in with the Dehak and Dehaka, very good pick on such a like Lord's map. We have Lamort onto the Rhaegar, Mesos onto the Stun Beetle, and then we do have Stoic playing the Hogger.
5.
Where's our last person? Oh, T-Cat on Tychus. I was like, I only said 4 names. Tychus is hiding by the Moonwell. I did not see him for a second. We do go and have on the side of LTK, Groovy baby. We do have Knives coming out here onto the Malthiel. Why did I forget how to say Malthiel? Knives has played Malthiel every game. It feels like I think one game they didn't. Tongue gets on to Maximus. Maximus is playing the Maximus. Nyx onto the Anduin, the Lad. We do go and have once again James Raynor being played by Ekim, and then Blue onto their favorite sand dragon. May coming up here early on, trying to go in and get on top of Ace. Does catch Ace at the very end. That was a really nice play. Did the slide and then just very slightly booped Ace's big toe back into the freeze field. Oh, Stoic. This Stoic, I don't know if you knew this. This is not actually Alteract. You can't do that. Actually, I don't know if Hogger can't. I don't know if something went wrong there. All right, Knives once again. Knives just really likes making camps be orange. I feel like Knives actually is a Splatoon player, and it's just like the goal of the game is to turn the map your color and make to remove the enemy color. So I just need to knock down all their buildings in order to get the blue out, and I need to turn all of the white things into orange. Alright, they are up here going ahead and knocking those down. They did lose a tower in that. That does drastically reduce the defensibility of this locale. This location.
Gather tribute and earn my favor.
Alright, there's a blind coming out onto the Haka. I like that little move around whenever LTK tried to come in from the other side. Didn't actually get any results, but if they had been able to pick someone off. Now, T-Cat is up here going ahead and doing a heckin' advance. That should mean that CCS is going to give up on this objective. They might try and stall it just a little bit, but for the most part, they're just like, yep, Mesos and T-Cat are going to go ahead and get a lot of value. Raider coming up here and be like, hey, get away from my fort. That's my fort. Bunches of damage. Man, Tychus just really wanted Raynor dead. Like, I've never seen two people like, we're just going to stand here and point guns at each other and one of us will fall down. That feels like those like disaster movies or action movies. Whenever like two people are fighting near the climax and there's like volcanoes going off, but they are not going to let the other one walk away. All right, here is the second objective. And once again, we're only 6 seconds away, and the CCS not really moving in order to try and take this out. I'm not sure I agree with this play, because they're also not really getting anything. Like, they're getting a siege camp. All right, and that is the second objective for the side of Groovy baby. Lore accurate Tychus, except for the fact that Tychus doesn't win. Tychus can't kill Raynor, that's not what happens. I love the idea. Okay, my new headcanon is that the reason that Raynor actually won that is because Tychus had his minigun, and so he went to go shoot Kerrigan, and the minigun started winding up, and Raynor was just like, boom. Yeah, my gun shoots instantly, dum-dum. Alright, lots of damage. Oh, I can't believe Knives got out of that. I thought Knives was gonna die for sure. Did not expect a survival there.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
Now this is CCS needs to make sure to get this or there's defend it. They do not want their you know what? There's actually a world in which you can argue that they want this to go because the objective at like sub 6 or 7 minutes is going to be a lot weaker than one later. So if they just let the orange team have it, yeah, they have to defend, but this is a much easier defense than later. But it looks like the orange team not going to try for it. It's like, no, we want the stronger one later. So CCS does go ahead and defend this. Kniver's getting aggressed upon a little bit. There is Mathos. Mathos goes ahead and puts a stop to Anduin, but not going to actually get the kill. That was a ult that had no Oh, and Mathos takes a bunch of damage. There is, but very, very quick, Ancestral comes out. May comes in, tries to go ahead and does freeze. Yeah, I feel like freezing a Nubrak is extra bad because a Nubrak is cold-blooded. He's trying to push in. I'm not really able to do so. There's a whole gank squad going down there. It looks like they have mostly given up. Only Mothfield coming down here because they have to stay in the area. Because now this is their tribute. It's going to be harder for CCS to invade into this, but that does not mean they can't try. I feel like insects are. I thought only mammals were warm-blooded. I am not a botanologist. Alright, lots of damage onto Maximus. We do have the bounce from a Hogger, who is a mammal, and that's going to be a kill onto May. I do have to say, there's a part of me that actually makes me is very upset that May is not being played by Mesos. That made so much sense in my head when it happened last game.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute?
This is scouted. Now it's down to about half health, but here's a lot of blue health bars coming in. There's the stun from a new Barak. Here comes Ace. Now we do have the light bomb coming in. T-Cat moving in very, very, very low. But the boss is picked up. Tychus goes down. I feel like the blue team was not able to get into position, and Mesos probably shouldn't have gone in. Alright, tribute coming up. This should be an orange tribute. I don't think our blue team can actually contest it. And, oh, that's an interesting play. They're not spending any time actually picking up. They're like, no, we want the boss. You are not trying for the boss right now. You think we're getting the tribute? Okay, Ekim does say, yeah, we should probably pick up the tribute. Alright. top lane is destroyed. Mid lane is a little bit low, but the curse has fallen upon the blue team, and they're going to go and get a lot of value back.
Red team has destroyed a fort. Blue team has destroyed a fort.
He's going to do a pretty good job holding back the tide. Only it's already half done. Here comes Ace in order to help out, because everybody knows that Ace is the place. However, here's a big push in, and they've got a boss, they've got a curse. They're doing everything they can. They did this the right way. I know when I play Stormblade, I get so frustrated that my teammates will want to take boss during curse, and I'll be like, no, go push. And that is going to be bottom lane getting knocked down. Continual catapults pushing into this bottom of the map. That's a bad sign if you're a CCS fan.
Enough! The curse is over. Hero slain. Hero slain.
Yeah, boss is still hitting your core, guys. I mean, I know that he's going to get taken out by the minions, but you ended up taking about 15% core health damage. You could have just killed the boss. All right, we do go and have this entry. They're like, at least let us get some counter catapults coming out. Stoic eyeballing this camp. I like how camp intense both teams are. Surprised Stoic waited that long in order to go ahead and start bouncing. I always maximize the bounce. Oh, Stoic's going to be in trouble in just a second. Here comes Knivers. Here comes Mesos coming in. Yep, this is successfully stolen. Stoic was not able to stay in that. Guaranteed comes like, I needed help. Where were you guys? We could have had that before they showed up. Yoink. I don't know why yoink is the teleportation effect, but it is. I don't make the rules.
Tired of your petty squabbling. Gather tribute. Earn my favor.
Alright, now this could be a big tribute for CCS. If CCS takes this, they can go ahead and push back. And keep in mind, they've done a lot of... Like, they have taken out all of their opponent's forts. So, they're not ahead because they have lost one of their own keeps, but both teams have 3 structures remaining. Well, maybe down to 2 in just a second. Oh, interesting and unexpected play. They're just going. Why get tribute and then push bottom when we can just push bottom?
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, big old slurpy tongue. They are moving in. Big engagement. We do have the cocoon down onto Anduin. Snowball comes out and actually knocks back the Picus. We do have a Nubrak going down, Stoic down to about 50%. Knivers trying to go and get on top of that. Will not quite be able to finish it off, but Maltiel gets that with the last rites. Ace going to go ahead and heroically sacrifice themselves so the rest of the team can get out. Last rites up to 2 stacks thus far. And then Ace is just running them for a merry little run.
Hero slain.
Alright, they're going to come up here, and again, with this Splatoon analogy, be like, hey, there's a white thing on the map. I see a white thing, and I want to paint it orange. You know what? It works. It's effective. Meanwhile, May goes ahead and gets this. Both teams back to 2 tributes. One more until the curse happens. 6 kills all. Teams are very well balanced right now. Slight advantage on the bottom, or advantage on the bottom lane, or Groovy baby. Top lane, even for right now, but that boss may have something to say about that. Oh, that's a bit of an early commission by Rainer.
Earn my favor.
Yaga up here, going to go ahead and try and take this out. We'll have to burrow in. I like how Groovy Baby is actually like standing here in order to interfere with the rotation in. They're not setting up here, they're setting up on the approach path. Now, obviously, the problem with that is Dahaka can just come in from right there. Yeah, they won't be able to contest this, and that does mean that we're going to end up having...
You shall know my wrath.
Another curse come in. Right, Dahaka does secure the top giant camp. That will help quite a bit. They're going for camps right now? You know you have curse, right? Alright, Mesos goes ahead and pulls the trigger. Does kind of like Cocoon will not be available for another minute. I am not sure I agree with this play from the Groovy Baby at all. I definitely feel like they are just squandering this curse. Alright, they do have Molecule gets killed off in the sidelines whenever this happens. TCAT moving in, trying to go ahead and land on top of someone. There is a big root coming out on the Stoic. Maximus is down very, very low in the middle of the Pain train. Come on, Raiden, Pain. Come on, Raiden. However, we do go and have giants shelling the core. We have the this camp here in the middle. There goes our second keep that has been taken. Oh, the heck, and Dahaka might be in a little bit of trouble here. Try to get a little bit too aggressive, and here comes the rest of the orange team. So say you can burrow under that. I still don't know that Dahaka can get out of this. Mesos comes out and is going to go ahead and secure that. Alright, Dahaka survives. Not going extinct today, friends. Right, Dahaka slowly starting a big push. Surprised that they actually killed the melee minions. I've always heard that you want to leave the melee minions alone because they only do 23 damage, and then kill the ranged minions that do like double that. Obviously kill the catapult very quickly because the melee minions do such little damage that if you kill these guys, it kind of lets your stack rise up. However, while I'm speculating, Mesos is going to go down, Stoic in the middle of a lot of the enemy team. That's going to be a bad time. You had a bad day.
team's core is under attack.
Yeah, there's only 3 people left. Ace tries to go ahead and get a little lickety split. Alright, Malfield goes down. That's going to help them actually stay in this game. We do not want CCS to lose here. We want a game number 5. And this is going to be LTK falling back from this objective. Now here's the thing. Malfield did come back, did take. No one can stop death. So they can regroup, and their opponents still only have 3 people. So they're not going to be able to get this objective.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
They're moving down. Now you need to be a little bit careful. This is a very, very threatening attack. But if their opponents just send Dahaka over here to collect this, they can get cursed, and the other lanes will suffer mightily. And Dahaka can get back very, very quickly and just come out. Now, I do like that they've actually put the time trap in the most likely Dahaka bush. Alright, there's the core. They did not send Dahaka over this. I probably would have, in all honesty, try and pick that up before anyone gets there. I get the concern, though, but I feel like we could see enough of them that it was at least worth a try. Alright, once again, we have a posture for a fight around the boss. It is spotted by Tychus. Taka can come down here immediately if necessity dictates. Alright, there is the Odin coming out. A lot of damage. We do go ahead and have Knives. Knives catches a nuke to the face. Super, super, super low. Not is going to escape for the time being. Here's Ace on the sidelines. Dahaka did take Tissue Regeneration level 1, so does not have that super fast brush stroke to chase people down. And here is yet another curse. Oh, that is a bad, bad, bad news if you are a CCS fan. Like, all the forts are gone, and all lanes are getting pushed hard. Lots of damage coming through. There's a big old stun. But here is CCS. This could be a great opportunity. CCS might be able to... We have Hog Wild. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh my gosh. Kill somebody. Somebody die. They were all so low. Okay, they do get the James Raynor. And there's Malfield going as well. This could be the opportunity. Now, obviously, Malfield is death, and no one can stop him. Meanwhile, this is a problem. We do have Ace in the area, hopefully able to clean that up.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Now, with Dahaka back here, this is a 4-on-4. This fight's about to happen. Lots of damage. There's the root going down. Turned into the Odin, but there goes Rhaegar. Oh my gosh, everybody's dying. We do go and have the boss is going to be picked up by the side of... Yeah, GG called by Stoic. I do unfortunately think that is going to be it. Too many people died here. They're not going to be able to hold this back, and the boss is going to move in. All their lanes are already pushed, and here comes LTK Groovy, baby.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Ace avoids death by digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole.
Slay. Blue team dominated.
Oh, I didn't want to go down there. I want to be up here. All right. Last look. That is going to be a 3-1 victory for LTK Groovy, baby. We do have, looking at our stats, damage-wise, Knives does lead the way, 71,000 damage over the course of the game. Tyke's coming out with 69,000. Nice. I do have to point out both percent damages leading the way because of how much bulk was in this game. We do have Blue with Chromie with 67,000. Healing-wise, Lamort does out-heal Nyx, 99,000 versus 83,000, and that ever-important side soak. Dahaka does out-soak the Malthael by a pretty significant margin, about 150%. Here are the talents. This is normally when I would go and raid someone else, but in less than half an hour, we have more action going on. This has been a replay cast for a game that happened last night that was not able to be a live cast because 4 games were happening last night. But in less than 30 minutes, we do have Crump. It's one of the Heroic or Nexus matches. I should know this. I want to be changing the title in just a second, but I can cheat and look. We're going to have Banana Fever versus 4 Blatant Enters here on Nexus Gaming Series. That is at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, 28 minutes from now. So stay tuned. I will see you in just a second. Even though it will not be me casting, we have a smorgasbord of casters for that one. 3 different people, but we'll see you then. Bye.